Yeah. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a Thursday Hobby Hangout stream. I am joined as. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I should have waited to get closer to my mic to say hello to everybody, but too bad. I'm joined by Kevin, who was here last Thursday as well, and by Mitchell for the first time. We got Fallout Boy in the comments saying this should be entertaining. It should be, I hope. So we've all got the Necromunda races on the brain, which we only filmed that episode Wednesday, which means but it's not out yet. But suffice to say, we are all thoroughly Apocrypha Necromunda Wheels of Fury pilled right now.
Yes.
So we are all either painting or doing something to design our custom races. I've got, let me see, Kevin's painting a dwarf turret for his existing racer. I've got this Rucka Truck Squig Buggy that I kit bashed ages ago, but never painted, and I need to finish kit bashing. And Mitchell, I think you haven't decided yet what you're working on, right?
So I am going to be working on that.
Okay.
It is currently in the priming stage, so you'll over there.
Gotcha. All right.
Until then, I'm working on validation, almost complete validation. Yeah, I wanted to use. I like the look of the Ridge Runner, and I thought that fit really well into like the whole racing theme. And I already had one that I was using for Necromunda previously. So I cut the stubbers off of it, and so I could use it more for the custom vehicle rules, which are required for the races. And I wanted to make sure it looked squat, so I added a squat turret.
There you go.
Hey, you know what? If you look at the profile of this vehicle, it does not look like a human can fit in it. This looks appropriate for a dwarf, to be honest.
Can't hear Mitchell very well. All right, I'll turn him up. I have the power to do that.
It's just scream. Scream in abject terror of.
Also, that is a new spelling of my name I've ever seen.
Michael. No, it's your name now. It's Mikkel.
Hey, that's very European. That's very she-tailed.
It is.
Yeah, you could be like John Micklethor.
Is that a real person?
John Micklethor? Yeah. He was a heavy metal musician and B-movie actor.
Okay, well now I know where you know him from.
Yeah, and his name wasn't John Micklethor. It's John Mickle Thor.
His first name is John Mickle.
Yeah, John Jon dash Mikl, I think.
Huh.
The more you know.
What band?
I don't remember.
Okay. Yeah.
It's. I don't think his music was. I mean,
Particularly remarkable.
yeah, John Micklethor. Oh no, he was Canadian.
Oh,
Um,
even more interesting actually.
says Canadian bodybuilding champion, actor, songwriter, screenwriter, historian, vocalist, and musician.
Man, I don't care if he's successful or not. That makes me feel small in comparison.
Oh gosh. Okay. Of course
That's a lot.
the band is just called Thor.
Oh, okay. Now I'm gonna find a discography. It's gonna be amazing.
I mean,
Really bad.
from what I've listened to of it, it's kind of like Dio, but even more corny.
Oh, okay.
So it's not bad. But music videos are lots of him running around with a sword and fighting people in robes and masks.
When your last name is Thor.
Yeah, I mean you know. I believe the scientific phrase there is nominative determinism.
You can only make that as a joke when other people know what it is.
You could figure it out from context clues.
I cannot.
Nominative determinism is if your name influences who you are.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense now that you've explained it to me.
Well, all jokes are funnier if you explain them.
Yeah, you're right.
That's why my standard curve is really great.
Let me explain to you.
To show you, Kevin.
Yeah.
These skeletons. Should they have flesh? And I hope that they have flesh.
I
Flesh color.
a really light tan, and then do like a earth wash, like kind of like make it look like mummified flesh. Tan? Okay. Yeah. Well, I will show you the person.
A really bright tan like
Yeah, something that you can earth wash to kind of just shade it down and knock it down a bit, and then it really feels like it's doing like a warm blue, like Carrack stone or something like that as a highlight.
okay. We both know I'm not the best.
I was gonna throw it out there just in case. This is when you ask me a painting question. This is the way my brain works.
That's
I
true.
come up with a trio of colors I would use for whatever
You should-
application.
You should change your answer to be accustomed to the person that you're talking to.
You're right. I should.
That's called sycophancy.
So I went for DW before.
Yeah.
Too soon? Not soon.
Not really. I'll talk. I can joke about it. It's fine. Like, I don't want to show Star Sets down mother's throats. That's all.
What? GW might be kind of an evil company? No. No.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
I, on the other hand, is going to change subject to shoving things down throats and stuff for life, so I won't.
Mitchell, that's after the stream. We told you this. Ah, well.
You live and you learn. I got some things like that. Probably spent a lot of bottles.
Alright, I found another mining laser, but it's also been used, so I think I just have this thing about, like, kit matching mining lasers that I didn't know about. Maybe I've been kit matching mining lasers. Well, I know I have two. I have one in this guy right here, and I have another one that is on my Orlock, and I believe that accounts for both of the mining lasers in the Neophyte Hybrid set I had. So,
I will say, the Neophyte Hybrid kit is a really cool.
it is a fantastic kit in general for Necromunda especially, just because, you know, if you don't build them with the Gene Stealer Elite bits, it's just miners.
Right, just mining outfits.
Right.
Yeah, at first when I was doing this conversion, I started with a Votan model, and it was like he was more standing up and like manning the turret, and the problem is just like the squats and the Votan just look so different enough that like I just like like the footwear, and like even though like they have a really big overcoat, which I think made like a leather coat could look pretty cool, it just doesn't look right.
Right.
Put my finger on it, so I decided to switch it up and use one of the trikes, and then you see that.
So I think my best bet might be to grab this new Rogel Dorn kit I have, and grab the standing heavy stubber gunner,
Oh, okay.
and use those arms, attach them to a Neophyte legs.
I want to say, what is the crew that you're going with for your YP research?
Haven't decided yet. I mean, you know.
Okay.
Oh. It says whoever's talking, the mic is off.
I'm not talking. My mic is on.
I'm Kevin. I'm speaking.
I am Mitchell and I'm speaking.
All right, so we should have Josh, Mitchell, and Kevin.
Yeah.
one of those not coming through here, I can turn on the audio on our end and check.
Oh, it's a Morgan Joe, your mic is off.
Mediocre.
Describes me well. Okay. I really am gonna get fancy with the screen, because of course I am.
Oh, I'm doing Chaos Elements, obviously, with the spikes.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I don't have a Chaos Elements team, technically.
No, you don't?
Well, I mean, I have Chaos cultists for 40k, but
Oh no, it's saying Kevin for sure is off.
I can hear
Okay.
Well, we can hear Kevin via the Discord, but can you hear?
fair.
Problem is, there's a minute of a stream delay, so it's hard for me to figure it out on our end.
I can just reset my audio, maybe that will help.
Yeah, try that. Wait, hold on. Oh my gosh.
It is mediocre hour in here.
No, it's okay. You guys talk.
I had the
Hello?
Kevin button set to off.
Yeah, I had the Kevin button set to off. All right.
Real shame.
Damn.
We should be good now. No, it's just OBS turned off your guys' audio.
Oh. It's like, wait, I don't want to hear this.
Apparently.
YouTube, I hear him in the distance.
Right. That might be because you're coming through my mic, which I need to now get my headphones on real quick.
God, it is amateur hour in
I'm
here.
gonna mute myself for a second.
All right.
I've already muted myself like 4 times. I didn't know I had to announce it.
It's polite, Mitchell.
Well, I'm not polite.
Well, fair enough. Yeah, because of course, my special interest being dwarves, my racer had to be a dwarf racer.
It literally had to. There was no
Yeah,
other choice.
I did not give myself other options. Yeah, I'll give him a tattoo.
Have you got another Necromunda team, or is it just dwarves?
It's just dwarves.
I should have guessed.
I mean, he had Delok, who just kind of exploded.
Oh,
They
I
did.
forgot about the
Yeah,
lock.
I completely wrote them off now because
Which, I mean, yeah, that's just depressing and just hard to come back from.
Yep.
And not just get
Yep, I've done the same thing.
and not just get pissed, right? Like, you put a whole bunch of effort into stuff, and then it just literally goes boom, and it's like, well, you know what?
And it wasn't like, and it was my fault too, because like I tripped over my own fat feet in the parking lot, and then just the tray just went, ooh.
I mean,
we're gonna
sure,
go into the gravel.
Even if it is your fault, but that doesn't make it any better. That almost makes it worse because it's like,
No,
well,
no,
yeah.
it does make it worse, as a matter of fact.
So yeah, I totally understand writing them off. I mean, do you still have the bits and
Now,
stuff like
if
that?
Yeah, they're in a tray that I put way back, so I don't have to look at it.
Maybe I should buy those off you because I do have a, Delok is a gang I've never played.
They're on my
Okay,
sadness tray.
And if
You
they're
can have my sadness tray.
if they're kind of intact, I could salvage something out of them.
I mean, they're probably pretty salvageable if I'm being honest. I just did not want to look at it,
Well,
so I didn't.
Yeah, you know what? I'll make that offer live on stream so we can, you can hold me to
Oh,
it.
is this what's the live shopping app that people are using now?
I don't know.
I forget what it's called. I know I'm not talking to the right people for this.
Yeah, sorry.
Hey, you guys are gonna want to watch my screen here for a second.
Okay.
Why?
Watching.
Because I've exploded.
Oh.
Oh no, I see it. you flesh toned.
I flesh toned too hard.
You flesh tone too close to the sun.
Painted Circle says, I'm working on 4 Thedos tabs, 4 of them, and 2 walkway boxes.
What?
Okay, so dirty
Wow.
yellow primary. Any ideas on a good secondary and tertiary color? Okay, so because you are doing ash waste terrain, in the case of terrain, I would actually recommend not doing secondary and tertiary colors. You have the yellow. Everything else I would keep to neutrals. So blacks,
I agree with
grays,
that.
browns.
Yep. Especially browns with yellows tend to look really good.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, brown is a great secondary to yellow anyway.
Yeah.
As is black. But yeah, for terrain, because like for for people models, yeah, you want like a secondary color that bounces off the first primary color. But for terrain, I say, yeah, stick to a color. And that yellow is bright and cheery enough that you don't need to worry about something else.
And yellow is one of those colors too that, especially on terrain, looks really, really great weathered.
Yes.
And it's just a color that really works well with weathering techniques, either powders or just brush strokes. It looks really great chipped and weathered.
Okay, so I'm pulling out my Rogaldorn kit. D114, D107, D111. Oh god, this battalion box is huge.
Kit bashing.
Yep, this battalion box that I definitely don't have.
Oh no, it's just the. You're just doing the Rogaldorn, which is already out.
Yes, of course.
If you hear construction noises, don't mind me. That's just my house being destroyed. So.
Constructed upon.
Why is your house being
Yeah.
destroyed?
Oh, we're remodeling the kitchen,
Ah, okay.
and so
This late at night?
yeah. Look, we gotta do it when we can.
I mean, yeah, you get it done when you can get it done, right? So.
At least it wasn't yesterday when we were using the pneumatic nail gun, which was both fun and loud.
Ka-chunk. Yeah, you should probably wear hearing protection for that one.
Well, we didn't.
Yeah, I gathered.
Let's get these dwarfs happy little pants.
Nice. I painted rust brown underneath them, just the yellow on top. Yep. Yellow over a rust brown is a fantastic way to get yellow terrain done wonderfully.
Yep, I agree.
You are brave for painting yellow habs.
That's true.
I personally like the red hab look, although I have not bought or painted that kit because it is ludicrously expensive. Although I have it, I just haven't put it together. But I still have that.
I have it, I just haven't bought it.
Sorry, rephrasing. I do have that because I have it from the Ash Waste box.
Oh, that's true.
I just never assembled it.
So,
I didn't
yeah,
like
you just
it.
never have. Well, you should change that.
Yeah, well, someone gave me a bunch of homework to, like, paint a vehicle in a week. So,
Weird.
I gotta do that first now.
Who would be cruel enough to force that upon you?
You're a monster!
I'm really looking forward to that, though. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Me too. Yes, if you're listening and you're like, what are they talking about? Well, spoiler, we're going to be trying to film our first Necromunda, I guess a battle report might not be the right term, live play.
Yeah, live play is better.
And we'll be doing, of course, Wacky Racers. I keep calling it that. Wheels of Fury. But Wacky Racers is a better name.
Wheels of Fury. Yeah.
Wheels of Fury reminds me of Balls of Fury.
Yeah.
The really bad table tennis movie.
I have the full Sector Mechanicus in red, little board with it. That makes sense. Yeah, if you've already painted the red, like, why do it again?
Right. Okay, this dwarf needs to be a little more pale.
Oops, did I seriously just...
They don't spend a lot of time out in the sun.
I mean, they do, but it's, they're always wearing suits and sunscreen.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, skin cancer conscious dwarves.
Yeah, well, when you live your whole life underground.
Also, when you don't have a lot of skin because you're short.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Sure.
Fun. One fun thing that I read about the squats in Necromunda was that so a lot of them have pipes.
Yes.
Like smoking pipes, and they're not pipes for smoking. They are air filters. And but their lungs are so robust that they only need like puffs of purified air every now and again.
Oh my
so
God.
that's why they have the pipes.
That's
wow.
Which is, I don't know how I actually feel about that lore. I think I'm just going to headcanon it away I think it's more fun that they're smoking.
That
But
lore seems to me someone trying to be like, oh, they're not actually smoking because we can't sell smoking to kids. Which, you know, I'm in favor of not selling smoking to kids.
yeah, please, kids don't smoke.
But,
Please.
no. Oh, hey, this is relevant. Painted Circle says, a little sad not one of you is using a scavenge doom wheel. Guess what? Guess who is thinking about using a scavenge doom wheel?
Yeah. Cody's trying to take my gerb.
Yeah, first off, Mitchell does have one already. Mitchell has the Mantic doom wheels, basically, that he has already caught-ored up.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't do much to them. I basically just put a relevant gun on them and called it good, which was good enough for me.
Cody is considering that for his one of his Wacky Racers vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
All right. For some reason, I have had Falco's Rock Me Amadeus stuck in my head all day.
That is a weird one to have stuck in your head.
It is. I don't even particularly like that
Though
song.
I did have Boney M's Rasputin in my head all night last night, and that was
Rasputin.
I don't know if that ever leaves my head personally.
That's my default.
Yeah, when there's no other sound, it's rah rah Rasputin,
Lover of the Russian Queen.
Russia's smallest uwu bean. But for some reason, like what's scanning to my head is because Amadeus scans to Necromunda. Necromunda.
What are you saying? Exactly.
Necromunda.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Necromunda. Necromunda.
Jeez. I don't know why I hang out with these people.
Yeah, it's like, why am I here?
This is a mistake. I made another mistake in my life.
I'm gonna call Games Workshop back.
Hey guys, guess what? I was hanging out with these losers, and I decided to come back.
What was that old race cartoon with Muttley? That was Wacky Races, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
Yep, that was Wacky Racers. Yeah.
Yeah, Dastardly and Muttley was Wacky Racers. That's what we keep referencing, which I watched the hell out of that as a kid. I think I loved that, like, a lot. I don't know if there was actually that much of it.
No, I think it was one of those Hanna-Barbera. Like, it's kind of funny because, like, most Hanna-Barbera cartoons, like, had really short runs, but they showed them a lot.
Yes.
And so you think there's a lot of them, but there's really not.
Well, and they would use the same concept over and over and over again.
Also true.
Like, Scooby-Doo is the talking dog detective everyone remembers. There's like 6 other cartoons featuring talking dogs that Hanna-Barbera alone did. But none of them are anything.
One of them has to stick, right?
Pretty much.
I mean, I don't know. It's been a long time, but I remember seeing either a documentary or something about Hanna-Barbera and like how that was just a awful sweatshop of an animation studio.
Oh yeah, awful. It was an awful place to work. The Hanna and Barbera, the titular owners, are terrible human beings. Like, yeah, I'm familiar with that documentary, although it's been a long time since I saw any of it.
The other thing too is the like, we all remember the Flintstones as like having like a really long run because it was shown like forever. But there's not that many episodes actually.
No.
I don't remember what the actual number is, but it's smaller than you think.
It just got syndicated to absolute hell.
Yeah.
And then turned into a serial, so, you know. I wonder if kids nowadays, like, even understand that Cocoa Pebbles are based on a cartoon TV show.
I can tell you from firsthand experience, they'd have no clue.
Right, yeah, I guess.
My daughter is right in that age range where, like, if she knew what that was, she would know, and she doesn't.
Yeah.
So.
But does she know what the Bluey cereal is?
Absolutely.
There's a Bluey cereal?
Yeah, there is.
There sure is.
Which,
I did not know that.
It's disturbing because it's the color of, like, Bluey and whatever the other one's name is. Sorry, I've never seen Bluey. Bingo? Banjo? I don't remember.
Bingo.
Which to me implies that, like, they killed Bluey and turned them into a cereal.
It turns the milk blue.
Which, of course, it does. Is it any good? I assume you've had a spoonful as an adult.
Yeah, we have had it. I mean, I can only have a spoonful or it would kill me.
Yeah, like...
But But yes, it is just it's your standard sugar corn
Okay.
combination that has colors.
So
Yeah.
nothing super special, honestly.
No.
Okay.
I think it has marshmallows too.
Okay, that's something.
Like the marshmallows that dissolve
Yeah.
within 3 seconds of touching moisture.
Which does mean that I'm assuming is it the cereal that doesn't destroy the roof of your mouth.
It is not that version of corn cereal,
Good.
no.
Good.
Captain Crunch made the roofs of our mouths strong.
No, it didn't. I tried eating Captain Crunch like 6 months ago, and it still just destroyed the roof of my mouth.
That's because you have to keep at it. It's like developing a callus. You have to callus the roof of your mouth.
Josh, that means you're one of the weak ones.
Yeah, my bloodline is weak, and I will be cleansed.
Yep.
Well, you know what? I guess that's how it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna be.
I will be one of those adults that does say that the Blue is a pretty good show.
I mean, I've heard nothing but positive things about it.
Yeah, if you have kids, I mean there's Disney adults, there's also Bluey adults. I do not recommend that course because down that way lies madness just as much as it does for Disney adults.
Oh God, I mean, it's hard to imagine something worse than a Disney adult, but I'll believe you.
I would say it's not worse than Disney adults. It's not even on the same level, but it is in the same vein.
But it's
like,
relevant.
If there's the iceberg of Disney adults, it's like it's above the waterline.
Okay.
So
you can't imagine anything worse than a Disney adult, huh?
Oh no, I definitely can, but this is just the iceberg of Disney adults we're talking about. I can imagine lots of stuff that's gonna get us demonetized right now.
I was about to say, either demonetized or just politics in the comments. I could think of the worst things to Disney adults, but
I was gonna say a juggalo.
At least they seem like they're having fun.
You know what well, Disney adults are having fun too, kind of, except that they're getting into massive debt, which maybe juggalos are too. I don't know.
Look, I have a lot.
Juggalos are mostly already poor.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't know, juggalos feel like they have more integrity.
Wow. I'll be sure to tell my sister-in-law that.
You do that.
We used to make fun of my boss from my old job because when she was in college, she listened to ICP, and so we always would make juggalo jokes about her.
I mean, Disney adults are cringy, says Warhammer adult.
Right? Look, we all have just our. I mean, I'm not even going to talk. Let's not talk about. Actually, I don't have any room to talk about Disney adults at all now that I think about it because I dressed up as a Votan and went to Atlanta to go play in the Grand Narrative, and armor and everything.
What do they call a furry but for dwarves?
A beardy?
Oh, pretty good.
No, it's just called a cosplayer.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you for rescuing me.
I don't know, culturally insensitive.
Thankfully the closest thing to elves in 40K is Eldar, and they're not. I mean, they are elves, but they're not really elves in the same way that like dwarves hate elves,
Right.
So I didn't get to exercise that part of dwarven culture.
Well, next you.
Though,
go ahead.
Lore-wise, the kin do not like the Eldar because they think that they're just too flighty and opulent. So
that feels like they had to put that in there just for the sake of putting that in there.
I don't disagree with you.
Like it feels like
a wink to the audience.
Yeah, it's like okay, we're doing we're doing dwarves, so they gotta hate the elves.
Something. Yep. And look, that's a trope that I lean into a lot, and I love it. My wife plays pretty much exclusively elves in the games that she plays, so it's a fun back and forth.
Yes.
That we have. Though Eldar, she has no interest in playing Eldar. She plays Tyranids and Sisters of Battle. Has no interest in playing Eldar.
Yeah, I mean, partially probably because of all the models being old as hell.
That's also very true. I mean, to be fair, like poor Eldar players really like they miss the boat on refreshes
Yeah.
more than any other army.
I was just saying the other day, as much as I hate on Tau, and I do hate Tau, I could see myself playing them if it was like all mechs kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do like.
I absolutely love. I like zero models in Eldar. In Craft Worlds. Dark
Okay.
Eldar I could see.
I like the
Craft Worlds I hate a lot.
I like the wraiths, things a lot.
Yeah.
I do
That
like the
makes
wraiths. I don't like, and I like a few of their vehicles. I like the rangers a fair bit,
Okay.
but I don't like their infantry because I don't like conehead helmets
Yeah.
and top knots.
It's definitely going back to like the early design days of when they made Eldar to ape the high elf models from
Yes.
Warhammer Fantasy. And they just like can never leave that alone. Elves have to have tall, pointy hats. That's just how it is.
Yeah, that's Warhammer design language, I guess. Oh, I gotta find I gotta find a mount for my heavy stubber now.
Oh, the the pintle that it comes on is going to work for you.
I mean, it just the pintle is a pintle, but I'm trying to mount it to basically a crossbar.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So,
Okay, gotcha.
like, it won't. It just won't look right.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I actually had a similar issue, which is why I went with the whole turret idea because it seemed to work better. And then, like in a racing scenario, I figured like a 360 turret would be pretty practical to have on a racetrack.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I'm probably still gonna have 360. I just, even if it doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Which is why the original design for this, and I guess I could still do this. It's just there's just a guy in the back with a grenade launcher.
That's true. I mean that totally works.
Like that's what he does originally, and I guess I could just do that. Like there's no reason I can't. The SMG feels more, I don't know, fitting. Or sorry, the machine gun, the mounted machine gun. I don't know. It just feels like it's more in the spirit of this.
But I could see like just a dude hanging on the back, just like whipping out a grenade launcher, like
Yeah. Well, I say that now I can't find where I put that crossbar. What the heck, Josh? Where'd you put?
Oh, I got to play the StarCraft miniatures game this week.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, a friend of mine gave me a walkthrough on Tabletop Simulator on how to play it,
yes.
and because there's some. Unfortunately, I don't know the creator's name because his name is all in Cyrillic, and I do not read Cyrillic, so can't give him credit here. Yeah, and but he made a module that basically it just uses like StarCraft 2 assets to make all the models,
Right.
and which totally makes sense.
Great idea.
Yeah.
You would, wouldn't you?
Yeah. And so we played. He showed me how to build a list, and we played through the game, and it was really cool. We played a full 2,000 point game, and 2,000 mineral game, excuse me.
Oh, Jesus.
And it only even though we took time to like kind of explain and walk through stuff, like the game we started at 9 a.m. and then we were done by 11:30.
Okay.
So it's pretty good. It was fun. There's lots of it feels different enough from Warhammer that I don't feel like I'm playing Warhammer with a StarCraft skin.
That's good.
Yeah. Sometimes that's the issue that I run into when I'm trying new games from smaller creators, is that a lot of times it feels like something too close to something I've already played from that somebody else did with a different skin on it. Like there's I can't even remember the Through the Gates of Antares, which is basically just literally a Warhammer clone in a lot of ways.
They're heartbreakers.
Yeah.
If you're familiar with the term.
Yeah.
A heartbreaker is, well, I love D&D, but I hate this one thing about D&D, so I'm going to write my own game that is just D&D, but fixing that one thing.
Right.
Oh.
That is, in the indie space, is called a heartbreaker.
Yeah, that's a great description of. I mean, I wish I could remember who makes Gates of Antares. Yeah, regardless, that shows you how much of an impact it left on me.
Yeah, I was about to say, well, completely bounced off my head, so.
Yep. I mean, it has an army that literally and they make their own models and everything, and it's I give them points for all that because that's a lot of hard work. But it's literally just Chaos Space Marines,
right,
and Space Marines,
and that's not. I mean, it's the OPR problem, right?
Yes.
To paraphrase everyone's favorite flamboyantly gay baking YouTuber, but B. Dylan Hollis, this tastes like it's saving me money.
Yep. I have not seen that, but that is an incredible way to describe it.
He's a guy who does TikToks that are all about weird vintage baking recipes. But sometimes,
okay, cool.
One of his things.
Oh, I have seen that guy.
Yeah, I love this content. I'm a terrible baker, but I love his content. But one of the things he said, forget about what is he was making something from the Great Depression. He's like, this tastes like it's saving me money, and it's that is stuck in my head as just yeah.
That's a really good thing. I like that. I'm gonna put that away. I'm gonna use that.
It's very evocative, right?
Yeah,
you understand what that means.
Well, and that is the issue that I do have with OPR, because I've looked at OPR quite a few times, and I have a few friends that are really preach OPR and all that stuff. And every time I look at it, it just kind of feels, and the way I always describe those games is that it just feels empty. And
yeah, I mean, a game that is designed to be played with anything is going to inherently be a little less deep than a game that is purpose built.
Sure.
And it's kind of like what is it, GURPS?
Yeah.
Where GURPS is very generic and it's designed to be used for anything, but that means that it's not specialized towards anything.
Yeah. Be careful. You're going to get the GURPS crowd coming out of the woodwork to assassinate us.
Well, they'd have to read their rules first, and that will take them until they die. So. Quick chat from Eluka9.
Yeah.
Hey yo, even though it's super late over here, can I pick your brain about Necromunda a bit? Love the rundown, by the way. Being the huge help in learning the ropes. Thank you. And of course, you're welcome to ask anything. We'll answer what we can in between chatting bullcrap about OPR and whatever else I just mentioned. ICP, yes. and Insane Clown Posse and Disney Adults and whatever else the topic of the day is.
Look, it's not a focused discussion.
But of course, yes, you're always welcome to ask whichever,
yeah,
or whatever
please.
You can. I make no guarantees of the quality of answers, but
it will be an answer.
Hey, we generally try when it comes to Necromunda. We don't get
you guys are really good about
intentionally bad
your
advice.
Knowledge.
Emphasis on intentionally.
Well, that's something else altogether.
But yeah, OPR it can feel a little soulless, a little shallow.
Exactly. That's exactly how I feel about it. And I am really proud and happy that Trench Crusade seems to have kind of dodged that.
Yes.
Even though it's model agnostic.
Trench Crusade has a vibe.
Yes. I think most people that play it have kind of really leaned into it. Even people that are really wanting to explore things that are really kind of off the beaten path for that game. I've seen a lot of people that were wanting to do very Eastern style armies and stuff for that. Where does China and Japan fit into the Trench Crusade universe?
Right.
And so they've explored doing armies in those style, either using Iron Sultanate is a popular one that people will do for Far East armies and stuff like that. But even then, the stuff that they've come up with has been Yeah, that totally seems that works. Like I I don't have any objections to this.
Yeah.
And
I want to know what Orthodox Russia is doing about all the demons.
right,
Because, they're not talking to the Pope.
right.
That's kind of the core of Orthodoxy.
Look, Trench Crusade asks a lot of questions, and it does not give a lot of answers. And that's
Right.
mostly on purpose. But
I just want a brief cutaway where they showed that the demons aren't having any better. I just want a brief cutaway where they showed that the demons aren't having any better time invading Ukraine than anyone else ever has. Is that a drone? Oh God!
But so that like that's one game that seems to kind of dodge that issue of the soullessness, because even like OPR does Age of Sigmar style game too, and they also do another fantasy game which is Rank and Flank, like supposed
Yes.
to kind of ape Old World, which is really weird to have kind of I say that, but then of course GW has both, but they're different settings, so it's kind of
Right.
different. But to have both in like the same kind of like agnostic setting of both rank and flank and a not skirmish but like loose formation style fantasy game.
Right. Quick chat. I know what you mean about OPR, but
Yeah.
I've had good success using its quest rules for light role-playing game wargaming. I should really clarify.
Oh,
I do
okay.
not want to knock OPR because
Right.
I have a very complicated relationship with OPR because I love the stuff that they do that is filling niches that aren't filled. So example of that would be their quest rules, which is like this really expansive and immersive system for designing characters. And they have this app where you can plug in your collection and use it to generate random encounters.
Mhm.
Oh, that's cool.
It's incredibly
really cool.
cool, incredibly well done. OPR does incredibly important work. I just don't care for OPR when it's the stuff that is very clearly Warhammer but not Warhammer. Which I tend not to like when anybody does that, right? Because it tastes like it's saving me money. But and the same thing goes for their models, because some of the OPR stuff that they do is just really out there and fun, and I
Yeah.
love it. OPR does the dinosaurs in space with lasers, which GW has in their lore but refuses to do, and OPR does it, and
Yep.
it's awesome. What I'm less impressed with those OPR win is like their Sisters of Battle, which are just Sisters of Battle, right? Like
Right.
there's nothing that is particularly unique about them. Whereas, like, then there's things like the Jackals, which I guess were originally based off of Kroot, but are nothing like Kroot.
Right.
Aesthetically, they're their own thing. Design-wise, they're completely their own thing. Their Empire stuff, like, is, clearly meant to be kind of a stand-in for the Empire and the Old World, but it's all, like, let's lean super hard into the Da Vinci technology stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I love that. But then you get to their Space Dwarves, which are just Votan.
Yep.
And they're not trying to be a different kind of space dwarf than Votan. Does that make sense? Like,
It does. Yeah.
there are times when they go out and they do really cool stuff where it's clearly like, yeah, okay, this could be used for Warhammer, but they cooked with this. Their Skaven are functionally Redwall, and I love that. Right? Like, okay, what if we took Skaven, but they were good guys? Perfect. Love it.
Which is a really cool way to like. It's a really cool twist on that.
And like, yeah, everything in there can be used for Skaven, and everything is clearly like, yeah, okay, that's a Plague Globadier, and that's a Doom Wheel. Okay, sure, but like, they're all speaking their own design language.
Right.
And I love those. I just less like it when it's just like, okay, well, here's how you play Warhammer without playing Warhammer.
Yep.
Although I fully understand why people would do that, both for financial reasons, especially as GW continues to increase their prices.
Yes.
And also for game reasons, as things get, you have to have 8 billion different books, and the rules are kind of bloated. And
Yep.
do you think GW will do either a new edition or at least a 1.5 rules that update stuff like Chaos, Corruptions, and Hangers On? Love the game, but the rules are scattered to the 7 wins and 11 source books. I don't think they will fix that second part. I think that is GW's business model for Necromunda. It's my biggest complaint about Necromunda. I think Kevin and Mitchell would agree.
Yep. Absolutely.
I do think we will get
Yes,
I do think we will get a. We call it the House of Cults book. It won't be called that, but I do think we will get a Cults update that will fully update all the Chaos stuff and like the Corpse Grinder cults, because they're in need of it, and GW, I mean, well, they can sell another book, right?
Right.
But no, I think
Yeah, like where do they go from here otherwise? Come on.
right. I think that core rule book that we saw earlier this last year, that's the that alone heralds we're not getting a new edition anytime soon.
I agree.
Yep.
And I do not think they will cut down on the bloat. I think that Necromunda and Horus Heresy are the ones where it's like we can have rules bloat because the people who play these games like rules bloat. Right?
That is a good point. And specifically with Horus Heresy.
Yes, it's like if you're playing
Like-
Horus Heresy, you're playing a historical game and you want
You know what you're getting into.
right, you want every single different Predator variant to have its own rules variant, not just have them combined into one sheet for ease of use, because that's not what you're playing Horus Heresy for, right? You're playing Horus Heresy
Right.
to have all that distinction.
Well, I remember when the new edition of Horus Heresy did come out, and there was a big stink about Cataphractii Terminators not having all of their historically accurate options right at the start. And and it was really like, I mean, but that lets you know what the kind of audience is for that game, is that's what they want. And they just released rules for the Black Shields, which is, the Space Marines that were rushed through the process, and like that kind of like granularity that just would be really unwieldy and unwelcome in other games.
I mean, yeah, because in 40K that was basically what 7th edition was, and people hated it.
Right.
For good reason. I am not criticizing the people who hated that.
It's the 7th edition had me quit 40K for a while. So
Yep, same here.
You and about 40,000 other people.
Yeah.
Now, Brian recently told me, Brian that, I don't know, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we don't want to say his last name. Is it Brian W or Brian A?
Brian A.
Okay.
Brian W. No.
Hey,
no, Brian A.
We talked to him too. It's just,
Barely. Oh no, he said recently that 7th edition was his favorite edition of 40K.
Yeah, it would be.
I actually really buy that.
If you're watching this,
Yeah.
Brian, I do not mean it as an insult. But that it would be his edition. Well, and like
it has all the crunch and stuff and detail that, like, I mean, he's a person, once again, that is like really super into Black Library and
right,
all
like
that stuff.
yeah,
and that had all the crunch.
I'm kind of surprised he doesn't play Heresy.
That's what I said to him after he told me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Okay, that's I kind of thought he would play Heresy just because that's seems up his alley.
I think if he tried it, he would like it.
He said he looked into it when 3rd edition came out, but hasn't actually tried it yet.
Okay. I am working on getting 2 forces ready for Heresy so that we can all give it a spin.
Like, yeah, I will play Heresy with you if you have 2 forces. I don't think I have any interest in getting into yet another game.
That's totally fair.
Partially because
That's part of the reason.
I have no lore attachment to the Heresy. I've never read any of those. I don't particularly love.
And that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Like that game is not really for the person who doesn't care about that part of the lore.
Yeah, I am the untarget audience for Heresy.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
That's
Old
kind of why I
World.
picked up. Yeah, Old World. I know you like the Old World.
Oh well, because I have played so much Total War Warhammer that.
Yeah.
And you know what? I will give, because one of the detractions about Age of Sigmar is that it's hard to feel connected to that world due to the structure of it.
Sure.
And when I read through the army book for the Empire, and it, due to my connection to it through playing just Total War Warhammer, and a bit of it feels like coming home, I kind of understand where people are coming from for that.
Sure.
Because, like, I'm reading about, Nuln and all the Empire, and like, oh, yes, I know where these places are. These mean things to me, right?
Right. These sound, I am home now. I feel, I totally get that.
These are triggering the dopamine things. Now, I still love Age of Sigmar, so don't, But I get
for
why
sure.
people kind of levy that complaint. I get why people are really eager to believe those rumors about next edition of Age of Sigmar, which I don't really put a lot of stock into.
Yeah,
I don't either. The fact that one of our regulars decided that it is a gospel truth makes me think that it's not true. So,
does that name start with an A?
Yeah.
Of course it does. Yeah. Okay.
I like how we're gossiping live on the internet.
Sorry. I think. Well, I mean, Brian A. I absolutely will not. That's not a gossip when I say that. Like, I'm surprised he doesn't play Heresy because it seems like he's a very crunch focused dude.
Yeah.
And that's his bag. And
I mean, that was.
I share a lot of that with him actually. He and I used to love playing Kill Team for that reason.
Yeah, and Kill Team, the 1.0 Kill Team had all that same crunch.
Yeah.
That similar, not quite as much as like Necromunda had.
No, but it was pretty crunchy.
Yeah.
And I learned later that it was a little bit more like 7th edition 40k, which of course I did not know because I didn't play 7th edition 40k.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's a good point. That's actually pretty accurate.
So that kind of makes sense why Brian would like it so much.
Yeah.
We had a new friendly starter campaign last year that was the first one for a lot of people, including myself, and with 20 plus participants. Can't imagine the volume of question bombardment you got. Good lord. Yeah. I think I don't remember if we answered that on a video or in the Discord, but someone was like, "Oh yeah, I'm playing this game with 80 billion participants," and we're like, "Okay, not faulting you, have fun, but if we were you, we would split that into several different Necromunda groups."
Most Necromunda campaigns are not designed for that many people.
No.
They're designed for like 8.
Yeah,
maybe 10.
I am waffling.
I would say.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I would say the sweet spot for Necromunda is like 6 to 8.
Yeah,
That's.
Because the last one that we did had 10 players, and we ran out of territories.
Yes, it was. I was about to say even 10 was a little unwieldy.
Yeah.
I am waffling hard on the heavy stubber.
I'm pancaking
versus grenade launcher.
Machine guns are cool. Machine guns are cool.
Yeah, I feel that in my heart, so I'm going to go with my heart.
But the problem is, it's worse. Is it worse or better in this context?
I mean, rules-wise, it is worse.
Yeah.
It is both more
100%.
expensive and kind of worse.
Not as good.
Yeah.
That being said, I also... you know what? I'm going with the grenade launcher, more because as I put it on here, I realize I don't like the way that it would sit. Because the way the platforms in the back of my buggy work. So
that makes sense.
I can always add it later to the side. It's like front-mounted heavy stubbers. All right, time to give him the cringy wolf helmet because the driver has a cringy wolf helmet. These are the scum wolves.
Okay, Josh, you can say it.
What?
Well, if you don't know that, I won't tell you.
Man. All right. But to go back to the Age of Sigmar thing where you're talking about like the connection and stuff to the world and whatnot, it took me, and for those of you who don't know me, I run Age of Sigmar events. I do lots of Age of Sigmar stuff. Like that's kind of it's my game.
You are AOS pilled. Yes.
Yes, and
as the kids say.
But it did take me a really long time to get acclimated to the lore, I guess you want to say. And for a long time the lore wasn't very good. No. So that was another big factor from it too, is like the lore was pretty bad, and it's gotten a lot better. I mean, I don't think it's fair to compare it to Warhammer Fantasy lore, just because like Warhammer Fantasy had so much time.
Well, it hasn't had 20 years to build, right? Right. And so, and now it's really getting like Age of Sigmar is now getting its foothold into like having a world that makes sense and like is kind of internally consistent in a lot of ways. But with all Warhammer lore, like everything is told in a way that is plausibly deniable. Yeah.
So, and that's on purpose, of course. GW is an unreliable narrator.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a nap while you guys talk about lore, okay?
Okay, Mitchell, I'm sorry.
We weren't even talking about lore. We were talking about the concept of lore.
Yeah, not even the lore itself.
That's good enough to make me fall asleep.
Wow.
Man, okay, fine. Can't keep Mitch's interest for even like 2 minutes here.
No, it's got to be about gameplay, explosions.
Okay, you want the boom boom. I got it. Okay.
We got a very active and rather large player group, and regularly get 14 to 18 players. Our traders are definitely feeling it sometimes, and again, they set the limits. Right? Yeah, and like as long as they know what they're up against and know what they want to do.
Sure. It's kinda like when
Curiosity's sake, where are you from, Iluka? Like, where are you located? Give me your address.
Do not give your address out online, especially to Mitchell.
Do not give
Please
your
do
address.
not do that.
Give me your country.
Look, unless you want to get a regularly shaped bleep in the mail, don't give Mitchell your address. I made that mistake once.
I'll find you, Josh.
You know where I work and where I live.
I always find them. Actually, don't know where you live anymore. You moved.
Oh yeah, it's true. Aha! Finally, I'm free for the regular bleep in my mail.
I'm just wondering if they're like UK based
Mitchell,
or
how
if
come
they're
you don't send
American.
me any mail like that?
Because I respect you too much.
Because you're married.
Oh, okay.
Finland. Oh, that's true. That's got to be it.
Because you're married and have a kid there, and that might be legally actionable.
Yeah, that's true. That actually might be illegal, so never mind.
Finland. Okay. Wow. Finland.
Okay, that's really cool.
Finland.
That's cool.
I'm always jealous when I hear of like these large play groups that, gather for these games that I love. And I mean, of course, we live in a much smaller. We live in a small city, and so getting groups of that size is not really something that happens too often.
Right.
Right.
I mean, I remember a year. This is of course old man Kevin going back in time, but years ago when we would have 40K leagues and it would have 15 to 20 people, and that was really cool. But what happened, of course, is that people got old and some people died. And
Oh my god.
I mean, that wasn't many of them, but it did happen. I mean, people get old, like that's just how
Yeah.
nature works. And anyway, and a lot of people just started families and then got moved out of the hobby and stuff like that. And it's just kind of how it is. And then never really recovered in that same type of way. We've tried to kind of revive it before in that vein, and just never really worked out. But I've got a pretty good formula for what we do with Age of Sigmar, and it seems to do pretty good for itself.
I mean, yeah, you have demonstrable success there, so.
Yeah. I'm hoping trying the same thing with 40K now that I have more time to dedicate to doing stuff like that I can maybe make that a similar type of success also. So, and that would be cool. I'd love to play more 40K. I don't get a whole opportunity to do it. I know I talk about how much I love Age of Sigmar and all that, but I do really love 40K. And regardless of how, well, I wouldn't say regardless of how good or bad the edition is, because I did quit for 7th.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But generally speaking, and of course I'm a lot older now, so like how I enjoy these games has changed quite a bit.
Right.
So, I'm much more chill, and it's more just like I'm happy I'm rolling dice. I'm happy I'm alive and rolling dice.
Yeah.
So,
What else could we want?
All right, I'm gonna go grab my vehicle and start actually painting that.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
Lucas says I've yet to dox myself. I mean, if I've learned anything about Finland, it doesn't matter. If I tried to get there, I would just die. Painted Circle says that went south quickly. No, Finland's in the north.
Cannot believe you did that joke.
I can. Wait, you can't believe that? Are you new here?
All right, I continually be perpetually disappointed in it.
There we go.
Let's put it that way.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Dad. I mean, Kevin.
Disappointed what? I missed it.
Just my terrible jokes, apparently.
Oh, okay. Okay. This is the vehicle I will be working on for the people that weren't here when I showed it off earlier.
Oh, nice. I love the tire spikes.
Yeah, I'm gonna because I know there's a thing that you can do where it's like if you sideswipe somebody, you get a bonus.
Yep.
So I think I'm gonna try and implement that.
Yeah, there's two different ways. There's wheel sides, and then there's the Prometheum vents.
All right. Okay.
What I want to figure out is, can we use vehicle tactics in these races? I don't think we. It's
No, why not?
It's not in the rules technically, but there's some fun stuff in there, like the oil slick tactic suddenly has way more use.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean, I would allow it.
All right, I'm going to prime these guys, and I do have a brush-on primer I could use.
I do from time to time really like a brush on primer.
Well, the Monument brush-on primer is actually really good.
Oh, are they? I haven't used them yet.
They are very, very, very self-leveling.
Okay.
So, like, they actually kind of rock, and I actually have used them and not noticed a huge difference between that and just, like, regular priming.
That's really cool.
So, now I am not going to brush prime this truck. That will
It would
get...
take you 45 years.
Yeah. That will get sprayed. And I could go spray it now, but it wouldn't be ready to work on until after the stream, so... You already had a Carmageddon-style variant brewing when GW released these new rules. Yeah, I think I mean, I don't know anybody who didn't. Be right back, I get my water.
So, Kevin, you weren't there when I was talking about my campaign idea.
No.
So, after doing the video and discussing with Josh, I think it would be really cool. So, they have... Oh, sorry, my dogs. Hang on.
Yep. Everyone's
Dogs
away,
hate my
so-
cat.
Oh, okay. Well, that's bad.
Well, okay. It's more along the lines of they can't get to him and they love him too much.
Okay.
Anyway,
They want to be friends.
they want to be
The-
friends, but he's
the
on the
cat
counter.
isn't. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so
Your campaign.
my campaign idea...
Oh, did he die?
I
No,
think we might have lost. Oh.
No, I keep having to quiet my dog.
Ah.
Unless you can't hear them, which would be fine. But
I
I'm pretty sure you
actually
can.
cannot hear
I
your
did not
dog.
hear
Oh,
any dogs,
okay.
so...
Oh, well, there you go. All right.
They're imaginary, actually. The Mitchell doesn't have
Yeah.
any dogs.
I've never had any dogs. So my campaign idea, I just discussed this with Josh, was because they have the rules for doing a all racing campaign.
Yes.
And I think that would, I don't want to say boring, but I think that would get a little tiring after a little bit.
I
But
can
I
get that,
think
actually.
it would be cool to like pepper racing into a normal campaign.
Oh, I think that would be really fun.
Well, wait for it.
And the idea that I had was basically the whole campaign is based around like a Daytona 500 whatever race, and all of the non-racing missions are like sabotaging your opponents for the race.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. I love it.
Yeah, everything leads up to the big race at the end.
Yeah, it's like every 3 is like a new race so that you get experience and level up your cars and stuff like that.
Right.
But then you get to the end and it's like you get this, like you get extra bombs that only you know about because you won this mission, or you get, you know, your opponent's brakes fail or something like that and they have to fix it. I think that would be really
incredible.
sick.
Yeah, so
It's kind of like
all the missions
Grim
would have
Dark Speed Racer.
Yeah, all the missions would have a stake in the upcoming race.
Yeah.
I really, really like that. I think
So I
that's
think-
extremely creative.
I think I'm going to start working on that so that we can do it after Secundus. Because Secundus should be the next one.
Yeah,
think it would be
I'm
really
on
sick.
board.
And you have like, I think it would basically just be, I think it would just be, you only have one vehicle and that's your racing vehicle, and everything
Uh-huh.
else is just Underhive.
I would agree with that. That makes sense.
Yeah, you don't take your racer out into the wastes because they might get damaged.
I
Right.
think you're going to get it wrecked.
I
I'm
think
more
it's
I'm more along the lines mean that like you can't have a second vehicle that goes like
Oh,
missions
I
or
see.
whatever.
Yeah.
So it would just be indoor missions and then the races.
Luca asks, "Are you secretly part of our Necromunda group?" No, but I painted a Finnish soldier for bolt action once. Does that count? It's about the closest I've ever
Yes.
been to Finland.
But
They
yeah,
said that's super close to what we're thinking about. Sabotage gunk tank, but you get nitrous for your vehicle.
Hey, there we go. We'll steal that idea.
That would be cool. Yeah.
shameless, shameless.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
No,
We are.
all the best ideas are shared. Like it's I really like that. I think that's super creative.
It's not copywritten, so go for it.
Yeah, please. If we wanted to keep it secret, we wouldn't talk about it on the internet
Right.
live.
Yeah, man, I'm just thinking about that. Like that really has my imagination going.
Yeah,
I know,
like,
me too.
Like having your vehicle, like, you have to bring it every session because there might be a you know, it would be part of the terrain, and
Mm-hmm.
part of it is sabotaging it.
Right, like you could
getting
have
close enough
missions
to
where it's
sabotage
literally
it.
like try and get to the opponent's vehicle and sabotage it.
Mm-hmm.
We'd have to institute something where you could just blow it up.
Well,
Yeah.
right. It like we kind of ran into that problem with the like destroying the cache or whatever mission,
Yeah, it's
where
just like, well,
someone with a las cannon
just gonna kill us all and
just
go,
ends up.
go home.
It would have to be something like you can't. It would be something where like the race arbitrator is like really like putting the screws on for like you cannot destroy the gang's vehicle. The gangs can't destroy each other's vehicles and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
if that vehicle doesn't show up, he like
Right.
internet.
A little bit.
Although Mitchell, you are frozen.
Moderate robot.
Yeah, it's my internet. It's not accepting the Discord streams very well. Sorry, guys. One
I
second.
see that. I have to reset my.
Let me see if I can do anything to fix it.
Oh no, I think that's Discord. Because
Really good
unlike
at this,
last
guys.
time, I'm not frozen on my screen. I'm only frozen on the stream.
Right, but I think the reason that's happening is that it's
Oh,
throttling you on my end. Seems to be fixed now, though.
Okay. Yeah, Yep, I can see me moving again.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on it. But yeah, I really like this Monument Primer. I just used it, and it like is really really good. Like I think it might not cover this brass rod. I might have to like go spray just this brass rod later, but
Oh, okay.
that's
That
because
makes sense.
my
That might not stick
metal
to that.
metal never likes anything that isn't like super etched in there.
Specifically attracted to it. Yeah.
On the flip
It's
side,
very picky.
I might just leave it as brass rod and just like, okay, whatever, who cares? It's the steering column.
Extra realistic.
Almost all of it's going to be hidden anyway. Should be recovered now. Let me go check the stream to make sure it's good.
I can see us on my phone.
Yeah, we're all moving on my end.
Okay, good. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. My internet. At the end of the day, my internet is not the best. I am on the Wi-Fi.
I have to. So for my router, I have to get a Wi-Fi antenna that I then plugged into my computer, because my computer's in like the worst spot in the house for actual Wi-Fi.
Oh. Yuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, my computer's right next to my router. Actually, the new case and motherboard that I got when I got this new computer here didn't even have a port for hardwired connection.
Wow.
It was only
Oh wow.
yeah.
Which is baffling.
Yeah.
Right. For a desktop, like I ain't moving it anywhere.
Right.
It's a good computer, don't get me wrong, but
So
Was
my
it-
thing is, I just got what is it called? Fiber internet,
ooh, nice.
Jealous.
and the way that they brought it into the house is directly below my computer desk, but there is no way for me to put an Ethernet cord into it.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Which is also baffling because that should be relatively easy to split, but
Yeah.
you'd have to.
So there's like a coax cable going from, it's not a coax, but you know what I mean,
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
from there to the router, which is in the other room. So yeah, it is strange that there's not one just attached to it.
Yeah, the unfortunately out here we don't got no fiber internet.
No.
I've been chomping at the bit to get it though because I'm tired of paying Comcast.
Yeah.
We recently got rid of our TV package, our cable TV package, because we hardly ever watched it, and like all the stuff that we watch is basically is streaming more or less,
Yep.
and so it's just like I don't know why am I paying an extra $150 for cable. Like the only reason we had it for so long was because so Cheryl could watch Notre Dame football and Cubs, but now there's just better ways to there's cheaper ways to get that now.
Right.
So
Okay.
give this helmet some more highlights. Yeah. Really excited for the of course tomorrow is the reveal for the Armageddon box.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it is.
Which I'm
Um
completely unexcited for, but that's because it's nothing in there.
ha, ha,
I got my Armageddon box. It's the battalion box, right? Like I got my Armageddon stuff. All the Armageddon
Right.
stuff for Guard is coming out before the edition, so
right.
we ain't gonna get crap for a long time.
Yep. That is true.
Yeah, I don't really care for that box either. Like all I see is the orcs look amazing. Like every single orc that they show, Grot's notwithstanding, looks like
I thought
you
the Grot
know
looked
an
great,
absolute
too.
slam dunk. Yeah, I'm not a fan. But they all look great, and then they show a marine, and I was like, wow, I don't care.
I mean, a Marine is a Marine. Like it nowadays, it takes a lot for a Marine to kind of impress me.
They are so
I agree.
trapped in a certain
And they're not
design
doing
language.
good on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like there was always only so much you could do.
Like, and don't get me wrong, I like Space Marines. I think Space Marines are cool. I'm collecting Ultramarines as we speak for this year's Grand Narrative. But, like, as far as new models go for...
Sorry, I need to go through up real quick.
Ultramarines.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So original, Josh. You're so original. I'm really... Thank you
Sorry,
for contributing that to the
I had
stream.
to get the joke in there. Well, Mitchell wasn't doing it, so one of us had to.
I mean, I was waiting for him to stop talking, but
Oh, I wasn't.
Oh, well, that was very polite of you. Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome.
Anyway, you're collecting Marines for Grand Narrative, but yeah,
But like, you know, I'm not. It's gonna take something pretty significant design wise to change for Marines for me to be like, wow, that's a cool new Marine model. Like they can do lots of really cool poses and stuff, and put them in lots of interesting situations or whatever, and they look great. Like it's just not like the design of Space Marines is cool, but it's not exciting. If that makes any sense.
right.
Yeah, it does.
Have you seen the Scrungaloids?
I have no idea what you just
What?
said.
Yeah, so
A transition.
I will. Well, no, it makes sense.
He made this up.
No, I didn't. It's someone, I forget what their name is. It's someone coming out.
Look, your fanfic has no place here. So
It's basically someone making models online, 3D printed, but they look hand sculpted, and they're basically what if we took like the ethos of original Marines.
oh, okay.
So they're like
Scrungaloids.
they're
I'll have to
called
look this up,
Scrungaloid.
actually.
They're intentionally retro as hell Space Marines, basically.
Now that you mention it, I might have actually seen that.
And they're so
And not
characterful, and I love them. Like that's what I want Marines to be. I pine for that. I pine for the day I was never part of.
right.
Comment time. We're in a race to Secunda's campaign right now. Went heavy on the vehicles with a modded rock grinder with a def roller, 2 maulers, a
nice.
chopper, and a small bike with a sidecar for Goliath deliveries. Does the sidecar come off as a rocket? Because it should.
It absolutely should.
Sorry, I just watched The Spy Who Loved Me, and there's a motorcycle with a rocket sidecar, so...
Oh man, that's a callback to last week with our Bond talk.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't even intentional. Well done, Josh.
There you go. Yeah. Sidecar is also no. That's not one of the drinks I tried at Adepticon. It was a paper airplane. But a sidecar is also a drink. I forget what's in it.
Sounds like something has juice in it.
Well, speaking of, man, why don't I have a drink?
I don't know. Why do you have a drink? I could go get a cider for me, not for you. By the time
Yeah.
you got here, the stream would be over.
Damn. Oh yeah, how late are we going? What time is it?
9.
I usually go till 10. I usually go till 9.
Okay.
2-hour streams. Could do till 10. Haven't really decided if I want to do 2 or 3 hour streams. 2 is probably fine.
2 is what's going to work for me. You are
Right.
welcome to continue on, but
Yeah.
Well, I'll be here for 7 hours. I'll work tomorrow.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't work tomorrow, so you could stay up till 4 in the morning streaming if you wanted to.
True.
I could. It would just be a terrible idea. Wow, Josh, you look like hell. What happened? Well, you see. I made some bad decisions.
I mean, not Harriet
Dubois?
level bad decisions, but
No.
It's Harriet Dubois.
Disco Elysium.
Oh,
character.
Also,
Yeah.
spoilers
God,
for
I still
Disco...
gotta play that.
Spoilers for Disco Elysium, I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
Well-
true. I
well-
guess that is
Well,
technically
if we
a
don't
spoiler.
tell him
isn't it?
who Harriet Dubois is, then it's not
That's
yeah,
fair.
then it doesn't count.
Right.
All right, so we saved you from the spoiler.
I need to kit bash a Disco Elysium miniature in Necromunda. Like, I gotta be able to find that as a Palanite and, like, somehow. There's gotta be a coat that looks like that, right?
There has to be.
Just always intoxicated. It's basically Cal
they're
Jericho. Oh, go ahead.
they're developing a espionage game now. The
Yeah.
same developer.
Yeah, but is it, like, actually the same developer, or is it the shell that remains?
Oh, that's
Like, it's so complicated, because so much
Fair
bad
enough.
crap happened with that studio.
Josh was
Yeah.
telling me about some of their crap. Because I mentioned another game that was kind of like it, but not by the same studio, and he was like, "Oh, good, it's not the same studio."
Like, yeah, because there's, like, 4 different studios that spawned off of that studio, and the one that actually has the name is just, like, the corporate people who bought it, and they don't have any... Nobody who is currently there made Disco Elysium, right?
Oh, okay. Understood.
Yeah, like, all the people who actually made Disco Elysium are no longer at ZAUM, basically.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of like how nobody who actually made the original Halo games made Halo 4. And guess what happened to Halo 4? Like, sometimes the people are more important than the IP, Games Workshop. Anyway.
Blasphemy.
Look, I can say all kinds of stuff about what's important at Games Workshop.
Hey, now, look, we're happy to have you, but no poking the bear.
I won't. I said I could.
No intentional antagonism. Emphasis on intentional. No, I was gonna say that if you had a Dubois miniature, it would be like it would be Cal Jericho and Scabs, but Dubois and Kib and Kitsuragi.
Yep.
Except you're basically
man,
just
that would be...
it'd be like if Cal Jericho was just useless unless Scabs was next to him.
But what he isn't.
I mean, you know what? That might be an actually better metaphor than you think, because Cal Jericho is really good at not dying. But
Yes.
in game, he's not actually that effective. Meanwhile, Scabs has a flippin' plasma gun. And is actually good at killing people.
That's you know what?
I mean, that
That
does
makes a lot
kind
of
of fit
sense.
Disco Elysium, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, you have, you've got one guy throwing a Molotov, which is, admittedly effective, and then the other guy is the one actually mail-slotting people through the forehead, so.
Yeah. I'm all for this now.
Yeah, now I need to find...
Makes sense.
I need to make a Kim into Harry.
Now we just have to homebrew a hive with a anomaly inside of it. And
I mean, that's just Secundus, right?
fair. You know what? Right. Fair. Okay.
So Josh, you need to do this before our Secundus campaign.
I'll work on it.
Yeah, fat chance.
Stop giving me homework.
I've done enough damage.
Josh, that's fair.
Look, I've got you, and I've got welding class, and I already have enough homework.
Which homework is more fun?
This?
Thank you.
That's all he needed to know.
I'm the fun teacher.
Yeah.
I don't expose you to dangerous gases on a daily basis.
Hey, we have ventilation systems for that. It's the law.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing that law is there. Otherwise, you wouldn't.
No, I know.
Dwarf is looking good.
Excited to see what you come up with. Yep, so are we. There's 3 Disco Elysium likes in development. Yeah, although I feel like the bonus passed. Like, a bunch of Disco Elysium likes went into development, but none of them ever came out, and I feel like the cultural care for things like Disco Elysium is gone.
I can probably agree with that. Adventure games are always go on a weird cycle of, like, there's a big amount of nostalgia for them, and people go back to either playing old ones, and then you see a few of them come into development, and then you see a bunch of them happen either as like a lot of times you see visual interactive novels and stuff like that, but sometimes you see actual like adventure games come out, and then there's a bunch of them, and then there's a bunch of terrible ones,
Yeah.
and then everyone forgets about adventure games for 5 years.
Everyone forgets that for every Monkey Island, there were 5 Leisure Suit Larrys.
I remember playing
Don't you
Leisure Suit Larry as a
bad
child.
mouth Leisure Suit Larry.
I will. Have you played a Leisure Suit Larry?
No.
I remember playing I can't remember the title of it, but I remember it was one of the older text parser ones, and having to type in, and I was a kid, of course.
Yeah.
And an unsupervised after school child.
Yeah.
And I mean, and in all fairness, Leisure Suit Larry games were not like overtly like pornographic or anything.
No.
They
like it was
but
titillation, not like actual
right.
porn, thankfully. That's why they were released as they were. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been released by a major studio.
Right. But I remember like not understanding exactly why like this person was tied to the bed.
Yeah.
And like
and
then having to like work my way through that.
And now it's
in therapy.
And now it's Cheryl's and now it's your wife's problem. Like
Look, you have to type it in the text parser properly, otherwise it's not going to work.
Yeah, no, not the tied to the bed part, the text parser part. Look, I'm sorry, baby, but could you be more pixelated?
You're way too high def for me.
I've only played one Leisure Suit Larry, which was Leisure Suit Larry 3.
And it was one too many.
Yeah, which ends with the spoilers for Leisure Suit Larry 3, by the way. It ends with them falling through a dimensional hole and ending up in the offices of the Sierra Corporation, the people who made the game, and meeting Alan and Rebecca Lowe, who the people who made Leisure Suit Larry 3. And it ends with Larry getting a job making Leisure Suit Larry games at Sierra Design Studios.
They went a little meta on that one, huh?
Yeah, and it's
Sierra.
It's so cringy.
Sierra was infamous for that.
Yeah, like that's not even the first time they did that. I think one of the Space Quest games also ended with them.
It was in almost everything after the first couple King's Quest games included like a bunch of Sierra in jokes, and the same thing is true with Space Quest. Space Quest always had a bunch of Sierra in jokes and like Easter eggs and stuff like that. You would only care about if you knew the people that made the game, and that was a staple of those Sierra adventure games of that era.
I saw a comment that then disappeared. Did anyone else see it? It was, what kit is the fire spiked one from?
Yeah, I did see it. It said, Yeah, it said basically exactly that. I'm
Um,
assuming they're talking about mine.
so the kit that Kevin is working on is the Ridge Runner. The kit that Mitchell's working on is the Mantic. What's it called?
Uh, Mule?
Mule. And mine is a Rocket Truck Squig Buggy.
Might be yours then. I actually haven't been looking at yours too much.
How selfish of you.
I know. It's almost like I've been painting.
Meanwhile, I'm waiting for my primer to dry, so I'm just over here painting the tops of my bottle swatches.
Tire spiked.
Tire spiked, so that must be yours, right?
That must be mine.
That's yours, Mitchell.
Yeah.
Yeah, hang on. Hilariously enough, I have another box sitting right next to me because I got 2 of them and one of them
Yeah.
is built.
If it's the lower left, that's Mitchell. And it is, yes, the Mantic Mule.
Specifically, the Plague Mule.
Oh.
Because there is a mule for the normal faction that's not as spiky.
Right. Okay.
See if I can.
Necro-
Uh-oh, extremely shiny.
Necromunda.
Plague Mule Transport
Play me Necromunda.
by Mantic.
There we go.
Warpath.
I wonder if we could play Thor's music on here. It probably wouldn't get copyrighted.
No
I'm
one
not gonna
recognized
risk
it.
anything, Josh.
Oh no!
Yeah, the YouTube algorithm can't. The YouTube bot can't. Moderation bot can't recognize his music.
Yeah. I mean, careful, or I'm gonna find because I know I could find royalty-free music on Spotify or whatever, but I could just find the
Please
worst,
don't.
most cringy music ever and play it. That just
Josh, you do that anyway.
I know,
It's only the thread demonetization that stops him here.
pretty
so
much. Yeah, the only way, the only reason Erasure isn't playing in the background is so that we don't get sued by the Robot Unicorn devs.
right.
I have not thought about Robot Unicorn in
Oh.
probably a decade.
It's
You're
the
not
the
the new one.
non-metal one. That one's what is it? Always by Erasure. Always I wanna be with you.
And copyright.
If you want a
Done.
If you want a terrible,
Can't even sing it.
yeah. If you want a terrible experience, look up the music video for that because it's a trip.
Could use another wash sepia in there.
And of course, there was Robot Unicorn Attacks, the metal version, which had Blind Guardian on the soundtrack. Which, the way cooler alternative.
I don't remember which one I played. I think I played a little bit of both.
I think everyone played a little bit of both.
That's fair.
I was playing Potato Man Seeks the Truth.
What about Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion?
No, I had to pass on that one.
What about Shower with Your Dad Simulator? Do you still shower with?
I have that is definitely on my Steam library.
That is an interesting choice.
It's actually a really deep and interesting game.
It is. Like, my Steam library is just embarrassing. There's not even anything that's outwardly cringy or awful on it. It's just a bunch of weird stuff that other people have played. And
Luca asks, are you planning on showing off your final results or an Underhive racing video? Yes, we are. That's why we're doing this.
absolutely.
We actually filmed a video on Wednesday that will go up hopefully on Monday about that. We filmed our video on it, and we have all decided to make a vehicle, and we're going to, one of our first entry into filming our games will be the Underhive racing, hopefully. No hard promises, but we're going to try our darndest.
Yeah, if it turns out really bad, we're gonna leave it in the vault.
Yeah. Put it on. we'll make a Patreon, and the thing will be unlock our crappy things.
It ends up being we all just hate each other, and then that's the end of the channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was some gaming podcast. This was ages ago, and I've only heard about this secondhand, so I don't know for certain. But where it's like it was run by two guys who were like across the country, and then it just ended after a convention, and then it turned out because they met in real life and just didn't like each other. They just didn't.
Ha!
They just didn't get along, and decided that that ruined the podcast.
That is amazing.
Which
That's
I mean,
kind of sad.
props to you, I guess, for knowing when to call it. But
Yeah, just like. See, we have the advantage that we've met each other in real life before.
yes,
We decided to make each other appear on film. So
I knew I hated you before we started being.
yeah, Mitchell.
exactly. So there's no there's no floor here.
Mitchell just knows,
Right.
Yeah, exactly where we stand. Thin ice.
Exactly.
Yeah, not quite. Putting the finishing touches on this guy.
On Dorf.
Kevin, I'm a little bit proud that I've been painting a lot recently.
Yeah.
You should be proud.
You should be, for someone who hates painting, especially.
Yeah. I've been posting it to the channel, and I'm starting to look forward to painting.
It feels good to get stuff done.
It does.
Like at the bare minimum, it just feels good to get your work done and have models that you're happy with.
Yeah.
Like, I think I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna enter something in the Golden Demon next year.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Uh-oh.
Go for it. Oh no. Go for it. Oh no, died.
Yep. Sorry.
Josh evaporated.
Yep, we died. Hold on. Everybody,
right.
wave your hands
So
in front of the
anyway,
camera real quick.
I just have to figure out what it is. I don't really have the only stuff I have to work on for events.
Yeah, it's gonna be laggy for a second.
I'll do spirit fingers.
It'll come back, but
Okay.
I think we're back now.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like we're back. Okay, sorry about that.
But just that's a problem. But yeah, it's all about I had to figure out because I don't have any army projects to do before. It's just my Ultramarines for the Grand Narrative, and so I have to come up with 3 cave Ultramarines, which shouldn't be too. That's actually not too much of a project. And then find something to do before I Golden Demon. I don't know what I want to do exactly. Probably it's gonna be a dwarf of some kind, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Play to your
I
strengths,
have
right?
my fixation. So yep. Demon next
It's
year.
gonna be 12
so.
cog force and the Golden Demon. So my problem is that
It's gonna be Ingrons and
yeah, everything I love to
go for it.
Everything I love to paint would be kit bashed, and it's pretty clear they don't want you kit bashing stuff that heavily in Golden Demon.
Well, they're okay with kit bashing as long as it's all GW stuff.
Yeah, but they've thrown some stuff out that's like if it's kit bashed in a way that's not if it's too unique, basically.
Yeah, I mean, because I've noticed that their tastes tend to be on the side of the subtler the kit bash, the better.
Yeah.
And really overt kit bashing is typically doesn't make it too far.
Right.
Now, I'm gonna be clear. My goals for entering the Golden Demon, if I get a pin, I will be over the world.
Right. Yeah.
I don't expect to. I don't expect to actually walk away with anything. But I just want the experience of having done it. And
Kenneth McGibbon asks, "What is the best of the Orlock buggies?" How appropriate you asked that, because I spent the first half of the stream searching for a mining laser. Answer. So mining lasers are found in the Neophyte hybrid kits, the Ridge Runner kit, and the Orlock, not the Orlock, the Atalon Jackals kits. Unfortunately, there's no cheap way to get a mining laser. It's kits just because you get a bunch of other stuff that's really good for Hive Scum and Necromunda kit bashing.
there is the Ironhead mining laser in the Ironhead accessories kit.
That's probably the cheapest because that's only a $30 kit.
Accessories kit.
That's probably the cheapest because that's only a $30 kit.
Right. It is 2 barrels rather than that. I mean, if you don't care about that, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like that's probably the least expensive way to get a hold of one.
Well, least expensive if you want to use a legit GW one anyway. Obviously, you could 3D print something that
True,
looks
true.
a lot like a mining laser. If you have a printer or somebody who has one, of course, that's the cheapest way. But if you're looking to actually just kit match plastic, I'm going to guess, yeah, the Ironhead one. I don't think any of the other gang kits have a mining laser in them.
I don't think so either. But I'm willing to be proven wrong.
My stream is having trouble. Are we still live?
I
Like
I can
my
hear
phone
you.
is like loading.
Oh, my phone just does that
Yeah,
too.
the stream appears to be seized up here.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, yeah, it
Oh,
says
okay.
connect encoder to start preview.
Maybe I'll reboot it.
What? No, that's not you guys. That's on. No,
Oh,
it did drop because it said video.
amateur hour up in here.
No, bad internet hour.
I know I'm messing with you.
Yeah, I mean, we might have to pick someone else different as a different hub of the internet.
Okay.
Because, like, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm on Wi-Fi, and if like the other people in this complex decide to start watching Netflix or whatever, it's gonna tank my stream ability.
Well, I can volunteer myself.
Yeah, we can shoot for trying somebody else next week.
We might have to explore that next time, because right now it's my internet is processing YouTube coming in on Discord and then putting it out
Right.
to everyone else. And I do not have a way around that. I got some P3 paints in the mail.
Oh, nice.
I got coal black. Or
Get
sorry.
your coal black.
Yep, I got my coal black. I got this Cryex green.
Here, I have right next to me the old P3 paints.
Yeah.
I have 8 paints. 9. I have one of their armor washes.
Yeah, stream's buffering again. Sorry.
Here's.
You're right.
It's all right. Things happen.
I'm gonna make sure when I answer my phone, I'm not on the stream, huh?
Probably a good idea. I mean, it just depends on like what you want to. Probably a good idea. I mean, it just depends on like what you want to share with the world.
Yeah.
That's
It's a 900 number, probably not.
Or do.
Calling,
Don't limit yourself.
He's calling Fantasia from Hobgoblins.
Ooh. Play.
Come on.
Is anyone going to Gen Con this year?
Nope.
No, I'm not.
I cannot
Nope, me
afford
neither.
it.
Gen Con too expensive.
Yep.
That's the one I get.
All right.
I'm waiting for my truck to drive. I'm gonna dry brush something.
So yeah, here's the Dwarf Racer already. Oh God, I haven't secured that on yet, but yeah.
Where to put you? I'll move my drink.
Is there a way to reset the stream to make it a little less crappy?
I believe in you. Pray over it. Rub some unguents onto your computer.
Do cocaine about it.
Massage the Ethernet cables.
Would lowering the bitrate help? I
Call tech support.
Let me see.
Don't actually do that though.
No.
Oh, I doubt that would help anything.
Okay, actually. What is the recommended bit rate? 2500 kbps.
No, my wife into my bold titanium white, but man, it is hard to get out of the bottle.
Yeah.
Oh,
that is why.
using the Pro Acryl.
Yeah.
I have the squeeze tube. That's much easier to work with.
Fair.
But yeah, the dropper. I have the dropper bottle for the titanium white too, and it is not friendly for that.
I
Hang on a sec.
replaced mine with the
I
flip
may
top
have
caps, and that
found the
helped.
problem.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I think I found the problem.
Okay.
With
She did not remove the little foil thing
Oh.
that was cutting it off.
Oh,
She just like poked a hole in it.
that would inhibit your ability to get paint.
yeah, well, you
So
know.
I was like, wow, why do I gotta squeeze the crap out of this thing?
I mean, I don't love the Monument bottle tops to begin with, but
No, it's the worst part about them. Alright, what I actually need is... Did she do that with the black too? No, that one has the thing missing. I must have removed that.
oh, the little white thing.
Yeah, you can see it on my screen. It just had like a little tear in the middle of it instead of actually being,
No, OBS has decided to not show anybody's video anymore.
gone.
There you go. Now it's back. Okay. Yeah, YouTube is just not
YouTube has given up.
Yeah, it's just not. Oh, it won't even let me mess with the latency. Which is weird.
That's not for you to play with.
I mean, if it's really giving us issues, we can call it early. We're not that far off 9.
Yeah, it's a little annoying. Wait, I set the stream settings.
It is.
Yeah, video bitrate 2500 kbps. So do it, dang it! Stop. Is it because I already set it and it doesn't want to? All right. Well, next week we will definitely probably swap to having Kevin be the host because, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
The problem with internet in rural Nowheresville, Michigan. Great for a lot of things, not for streaming.
You know, all the great streamers that come from Michigan.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Now it's fixed and secured. Here he is.
There we go.
Actually came out really well.
Oh yeah.
Adding the dwarf actually helps really make it
Dwarfy?
look more part of. Yeah, it does. Weirdly enough, it helps make it look more dwarfy.
Shocker.
Of course, is the heavy stubber the right option? Nope, but it's fun.
Do squats have special equipment they can put on their vehicles? No?
No,
Aw.
not really. Yeah. Yeah, the closest thing they get special equipment is on their own special vehicles.
Oh.
They get to put the Ironhead weapons on those vehicles.
I mean, that would make
but,
sense because Ironhead weapons are kind of busted. And...
Yeah.
Is this? Yep. Apparently, we are extremely delayed because I'm looking at our stream and I'm on the stream. I'm still painting the vehicle that I put down probably 5 minutes ago.
Well, yeah. There's always a delay, and then yeah, it's been
Huh.
buffering for the stream basically. And unfortunately, there's not much.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if it would like cut and then go to where we are now or
Nope.
what, but
Nope, it
Alright.
will not do that. It'll just be very delayed. Well, last 15
Like
minutes, probably
it's
not going
fine.
to get
Everyone
demonetized
can
now.
have their
So
thing, and
Hey,
might as well.
she is fully clothed.
Is that a War Machine model?
Yes, it is Infernals.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
well, look, as long as we don't say she's gay or something, YouTube won't block us.
Once they do their version of dwarves, I'm in.
Yeah, they haven't redone Ruluk yet.
Nope.
Which I think I don't know if it's on their schedule, but
Probably not.
Will the,
probably not.
will-
I don't know. They did pigs.
That's true.
will the
I guess I wouldn't have guessed that was going to happen. So fair enough.
will the dwarves be 10 foot tall and tentacled?
That's true. She's not gay. She's inherently straight. They will not. They will be probably 4 feet tall and armored.
Boo.
Yep. The thing I don't like about Iron Kingdom's dwarves is that they don't all have beards, which is the thing I have to rectify when I get the models. So.
Sculpting
I mean, that was the problem with-
beards.
Botan too.
Yeah, fix that.
Maniac.
Except when I had Lady Votans, then I left them beardless.
Coward.
Oh, you're not full. Yeah. You're not full. Is it Lord of the Rings that
Yes,
had
Tolkien's
Tolkien?
dwarves have beard. Lady dwarves have beards. Yes.
In like the one Peter Jackson adaptation of them, it was never really. I don't think Tolkien ever said they did or did not have beards. Oh. Hold on.
Movies. I can't remember. I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was actually Fellowship of the Ring, where Gimli talks about how you wouldn't be able to tell male and female dwarves apart. That it gave rise to the rumor that they just spring up out of the ground
Oh yeah.
because nobody has seen a woman dwarf.
Actually, just lost
So
you guys.
I do not subscribe to that.
I lost you guys completely for a second.
Oh,
Like,
good.
Discord even shut down, so because my internet is just bad.
Oh,
This usually happens at the end of the month.
Your internet's not having it.
fantastic.
For some reason, at the end of the month, the internet just gets really, really crappy here.
Understood.
Yeah, it's all right.
Once again, GW can mess up. We can mess up. It's fine. We'll see if they have sound tomorrow. We don't know.
It's true.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything left to do to this. I think it's good. So when do you think we're going to start our Secundus campaign?
So we gotta finish Trench Crusade first, I think.
Yes. Oh yeah, I do need to talk to Derek. Shoot, I forgot. That's my mind. I'll do that right now. As a matter of fact, I meant to do that earlier. But
And
yes,
I know Cody also mentioned potentially giving the game to Josh because he's going to be busy.
hmm
We only have like 2 games left.
I know we're right there. Going to do that right now.
But after that, I don't know. Probably like, I don't want to say as soon as possible, but like I'm kind of itching.
Yeah, I haven't played Necromunda in a while, so I kind of want to do some of that.
Were you in the last campaign that we were in?
I was briefly, and then that's when my Delac got catapulted
No.
across the parking lot. No, it
Nope.
wasn't.
There's been a campaign in between there.
Well, then the answer is no.
All right. Fair enough. So Kevin, if you did not see the models that I'm doing for Infernals, I am basically just doing dry brushing. I'm doing a slap chop, but without the chop part.
Okay.
So I'm just dry brushing on most of the like the demons, and then
Mhm.
I'm doing the bone, the accent color, and then like whatever their inside is going to be like light
Oh,
purple.
okay.
Other
Yeah,
than
yeah.
that, this guy's just slap chopped.
Interesting. I like it.
And I thought it would be interesting, give them like a little otherworldly feel.
Yeah, give them that kind of Cthulhu
Yeah,
ancient type look. I like it. I
the
like it a
the
lot.
humans, the all the other guys, I'm gonna do normal. But if they're the horrors or the casters or soulless, then I'm gonna do them as this like weird black and white kind of skin tone. I've always
Okay,
wanted to
that
do
makes a
it.
lot of sense. That helps tie it into the larger infernals and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah, I've always wanted to
What-
do it with something like every time I paint a model like this, I'm like, man, I should just do a whole faction like this. And I'm kind of doing a compromise, but I think it looks cool. It's also really fast.
That's true too. Yeah, which is good. I mean, because you don't care to paint a whole lot, so it's nice to have a technique that works for you that you can get models finished with. So.
Right.
Alrighty. Well, I think our technical issues have resulted in the stream going down entirely. So we're gonna go ahead and I think call it
Okay.
because yeah, it's just not getting anything. My internet is just not
Okay.
Okay.
So if you're still listening, thank you for joining. I don't even know if it's playing anything right now. If it's not, I apologize. If it is, thank you for joining, and we hope to see you next week when things are a little more stable. And thank you, Kevin and Mitchell, for joining me as well. And we will see you all next time.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. See ya.
Bye bye.